Hello, Nerdgenic Nation, and welcome to another live stream. I'm super excited to be here. Hold on, I have to do this really quick.
Hello there.
All right, I put in a button on. Let me know if you heard that, please. It makes me feel better knowing that somebody heard it out there in the world. I put in a button on my stream deck here that allows me to do that. So if you did hear that in the la la land of the internet, please let me know. But welcome, I am your host and resident superhero nerd, Aaron Waller, and in this series we're going to be watching and live reacting to Obi-Wan Kenobi. This has been a highly anticipated series here for any Star Wars fan. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi's legendary character. We get the return of Ewan McGregor from the prequels. We get the return of Hayden Christensen from the prequels. There's a lot of hype. I've heard a lot of good things. People watched this as early as like 9 p.m. last night. I think it was 9 p.m. Pacific, which was midnight my time. Normal people time, which is the time that I'm normally up. These episodes usually drop at like 3 a.m. my time, so that's why I can't watch it. So that's why I don't do it when the big boys do it. I do it when I can, which is the next day at 9 p.m., which is hopefully the same time you're watching and joining with me live, which if you are, thank you so much. Make sure to hit like, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification just in case so you don't miss out on any future live streams, videos, all that good stuff. But I'm normally the superhero guy here, but I dabble in Star Wars. Now, with Book of Boba Fett, I was kind of like in this gray area where I know some things, but not really a lot. I feel like I'm still going to be in that gray area for Kenobi because a lot of it's going to be also based on Clone Wars, which I've seen some of, but not all of. It's kind of a hit and miss for me personally, just trying to keep track of everything that happens in that show. But for the most part, I still very much enjoy it. But that hello there button, this one right here.
Hello there.
I'm going to push, this is my goal, right? So I'm going to try and push that every single time I see a new person enter the chat. So we're going to try and hit hello there, or
Hello there.
there it is. Every single time that we have a new person enter the chat and leave us a comment, because I just think it'll be funny. I feel like it's very applicable to what we're watching, what we're doing here in Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's an iconic quote, iconic line. It's Ewan McGregor who said it. So I figured, why not? Let's try and incorporate that. So looks like we have Anthony who said finally, and all I have to say is, I have to get this button to work. Hold on.
Hello there.
There it goes. Hello there, Anthony. How are you? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining me. I think we've wasted enough time. I don't really know what to expect on this show. I mean, obviously it happens while Obi-Wan Kenobi is looking over Luke on Tatooine. He's going to be possibly discovered by Grand Inquisitors. We obviously have Owen Lars there, which is going to be very interesting to see his return from Joel Edgerton. Oh, see, we have Ramon Flores says hi, so that means we have to hit a...
Hello there.
Ramon, how are you, sir? So, just in case you missed it, we have to do the hello there every single time we have someone new enter the chat. So, but I'm super excited to be watching this show. I don't really have a whole lot that I know is that I'm going to expect, I suppose. I just hope it's going to be good. I mean, I like the prequels. The prequels came out when I was young. Oh, we've got Nerd Affiliated, which means we have to.
Hello there.
Sir, how are you? We're doing a new thing where we push the hello there button every single time a new person enters the chat. So that's our goal until I forget to keep pushing that button, but hopefully it'll still be fun. But I just hope to have a good time with this series. There's really no expectations other than I hope it's good. I know there's a lot of hype behind it. I know there's a lot of people who are expecting great things from this series, considering the return of a highly anticipated character from a highly anticipated actor who played that character, plus the return of other people that have been in the series, and there's a lot of hype behind it. So I'm excited. I hope that you are too. I watched the prequels just a little while ago, not like super recent, but like a month or two ago. So hopefully this stuff will still remain fresh. And like I said, I'm going to have some Clone Wars knowledge, not a ton. So please don't come after me if I don't know immediately who XYZ character is or what may be going on. But I'm still going to have fun with it, and I hope you are too. So I've wasted a total of 10 minutes. 5 minutes of me just blabbing and 5 minutes of the intro. So let's just go ahead and get into it. But before we do that, we have to explain to anyone who's new how this works. So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to press play here on my device. You're going to press play on your device. Or if you're rewatching or have already seen and just want to comment, that's perfectly fine too. If you want to hang out, just don't forget to hit like. We appreciate that. But essentially, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Oh, so how it works is that I'm gonna put an episode time code right up here. We're gonna have that puppy right up there. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna press play on my device. You're gonna press play on your device or wherever you're gonna be doing, and I'm gonna have a timer as close as possible right above me to where I am in the episode. So if you're close to that time, we should be pretty a-okay. We'll laugh together. We'll cry together. We'll do all that good stuff. So Nerd Affiliate has got me on the Clone Wars stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you. Not the most well-versed, but I do know some. So I think without further ado, we just jump into it. I feel like we've been waiting for this series for... When did Revenge of the Sith come out? Like 2003? So that's got to be a solid... going on 20 years. Is that right? 20 years since Revenge of the Sith? Yeesh. Okay. Well, we're at the cusp here, so let's go ahead and not wait any longer. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Everybody ready? Let's go. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, we're recapping the prequels. Okay, so that we're going to get some good info. Qui-Gon! I really hope that Qui-Gon returns. I don't think it's going to happen because Liam Neeson said he wouldn't do it unless it was in a movie versus a TV series, but fingers crossed. Want to see that Force Ghost. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like they missed the opportunity to put in the music. That was like the best piece of this entire thing. Plus it would have like drummed up that extra excitement. He was supposed to defeat the Sith, not join them. I like how they're focusing a lot on Anakin because I feel like that's going to be a huge part of this story that I hope that they explore, but we'll see. I hate sand. I'm just going to do all the terrible quotes from the prequels. Including...
Hello there.
Unlimited power. Order 66. And he doesn't, to be fair. Gotta give it the old... He has the high ground. Don't do it. Stupid. I was gonna say, if they didn't include the quotes, man, what was the point? No! Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Luke. Leia. Let's do the no. Ah, you suck. No. Oh, I'm surprised they're showing Jar Jar. Wouldn't it be crazy if Jar Jar shows up in this? What's the over-under on Jar Jar showing up? To Tatooine. Oh, I think we might actually get a chance. There might be a chance we see Qui-Gon. Why would they put in that quote on the flashback and like the build up to this? They could have just left that out and shown him like being on Tatooine but like turning his back. There was no need to include that quote unless Qui-Gon shows up. Oh, looks like they added a few new helmets here to the repertoire. Unless that was just new to me, but they added the armorer from Mandalorian, it looked like. All right, let's do this thing. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. We've got younglings. Oh no, they're not flashing back to Order 66, are they? Oh no, they are. Oh no. Right out of the gate. Oh my god, right out of the gate. Okay. Like they brought up Order 66 like in Book of Boba Fett with Grogu getting a flashback, but I did not expect them to start this series with Order 66. Holy crap. So is this going to have some kind of follow-up later down the line? They even had to execute Order 66. Wow. That was a way to start the show. That was not necessary, but okay. Tatooine. I hate sand. It's rough, coarse, gets everywhere. And I guess this is part of the Inquisitors flying in. Turn up the volume here on mine. Yep. I know people weren't that excited about the Grand Inquisitor like makeup and stuff, but I don't mind it for an adaptation. Although the new Star Wars game, the Jedi whatever, the follow-up to Jedi Fallen Order, that looks pretty dope. How weird is it that I feel like this is already 10 times better than Book of Boba Fett? This is still like the same location, still the same stuff that I'm basically looking at, but like I already feel like it's a lot better. Is that weird? Like I'm much more intrigued. Maybe I just didn't go into Boba Fett having an open mind or whatever you want to consider, but I already feel like this is way better for some reason. Maybe it's too early to tell. We're only 8 minutes in. So we're just gonna keep coming across the kids that were running during Order 66. It is like fishing. What about him as a man in need? Am I the only one that's questioning that? Yep. Exposed. Yep. Oh, I thought she was gonna behead him. I think she actually might have been going to do that. Ah, man. He put down these couple pieces of awning and a tarp. I feel like that should happen every time. She's not gonna forget him. The only downside to this time is I feel like this is when Obi-Wan Kenobi was like the least fun after Anakin got turned, but hopefully we'll still have some fun in the series. Not feel the weight of the galaxy on our shoulders, but we'll see. He is but a simple man working fish farm. I did not take any fish. Am I the only one who feels like that would be like the ultimate? Oh, he's gonna have this dude question him. He's gonna be annoying. You will pay him everything. What's crazy is how like Kenobi has the power to basically make anyone do whatever he wants, probably. And like he's just gonna have to be passive. Because that's what Qui-Gon taught. I wonder if he's actually started the training like Yoda said. I'm gonna say no. We'll see him all of a sudden just remember that he has training to do. Are we not going to explain what the fish was for? Is that for Owen and Luke? It's for his creature whose name I don't recall what they are. That I'm sure someone will know. What was the point of taking the bus out there then? Just leave your camel creature in the city and then you just go off and back into the mountains? This kind of sucks. I just want him to say lines. I feel like he's going to be very quiet, but I just want him to talk because I love the way that Ewan McGregor did his lines for Obi-Wan. Oh, he's making stuff that's kind of similar to what Rey made in Force Awakens. It wasn't the bread thing, but it was kind of like similar. The portions. I love this. Which he happens to have. That's his processor board. Is that his belt? Or someone else's? On time. Yeah, pretty spot on. Wonder how many Padme flashbacks we're gonna have in this series. It's a pretty epic montage dream sequence there. All the best and worst moments. Is he gonna show up? Or at least talk to him? What was the point of that? You're not even training. And to be fair, I probably wouldn't after all that stuff that I went through. Take a break. Take a load off. Maybe take a year off, or take a year or 10 off from Jediing. Do some international travel, intergalactic travel. Gotta watch over Luke. No bigger than a swamp rat. I'm kind of curious if we get to talk to Luke. I know he's not going to talk like Mark Hamill, but it still would be funny. Just like his father. So is he going to give the toy to Luke? Very nonchalant. He's gonna be like the Galaxy Santa. That's so nice. Tatooine Santa? Just Luke Santa? I think technically he'd just be Luke Santa at that point, right? His uncle's gonna find it first, or Jawa, or somebody else. Driving home. Please be safe, Nerd Affiliated. Thank you for joining regardless. We just dropped off a toy to Luke. A la Galaxy Santa, Tatooine Santa. Now we're being followed in the desert at night. Some very shaky cam. Benjamin Kenobi. Oh, we had Nerd Affiliate hit us with a $4.99. Thank you so much, sir. Since we have been monetized, which was, by the way, a big announcement since the last stream, you can now donate if you feel like it. So thank you so much. And you hate sand. That is a big shout out. And you get an extra.
Hello there.
Sir, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I forgot to mention that at the top of the stream. So excited for Kenobi. I missed it. Time for the Jedi to end. I don't know. Isn't that what Luke would say forever later? Just noticed it, saw the $sign. Thank you. We appreciate it. Again, I totally forgot to. I was so into the Kenobi, I forgot to mention. Hey, we can do this now. So you can give us a super chat if you do wish. They are appreciated. It is not necessary, but highly appreciated. Oh, we're just jumped to. Is this Leia as a child? Did they just jump to Organas? The Organas? Oh, 100% this is Leia. 100% this is Leia. Aren't you a little small for a princess? Not Leia. Yeet. She's practicing with her training. I feel like I'm surprised, but not that surprised to see a scene with Leia, young Leia. I don't know why. Like, had we still at this point not known until like the latest episode that they were still not related, maybe, but I'm not that surprised. Is this gonna be like the new robot everyone falls in love with? It's definitely a surprise. Like I don't know. Like I just don't feel like. I guess I'm questioning what is the purpose of showing us young Leia at this point. Oh, don't you worry. I'll be a general. Whoops. Yeah, go get kidnapped by your father one day who doesn't know that you're his daughter. And then sparks a whole galactic war. Well, that didn't spark the war, but they couldn't use Luke really. He'd remember the lightsaber, etc. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it's a good idea to use Leia, but I'm still kind of like on the fence about it. Excellent hair. Thank you. Appreciate that. Put a lot of 2-minute effort into it. You know what would be interesting? I know this is family troubles, my man. I know what would be interesting would be if we could go back. Well, I guess we'll find out if Luke does get this toy that Obi-Wan dropped off for him. But like if that was actually in the background of one of the original Star Wars. I've never noticed, to be honest with you. But I think it would be very interesting that if that toy was actually there. But I'm guessing Uncle Owen ditches it, sets fire to it. Oh, there you go. There's our answer. Young Pressure, we have someone new in the chat, so what do we have to do?
Hello there.
Hello there, Young Pressure, how are you? Do you think we'll see Palpatine? I don't think so. I think it would be a little bit difficult. Oh, I froze. Am I frozen still? I think I'm still okay. Disregard. Okay. Ooh. I don't think we'll see Palpatine. I feel like this was a point where... Oh, I mean, I guess it would be a good time to see him, but Vader's still very much doing his own thing. Trying to be his own Vader, I guess. He does. That's the toy Luke uses when he's washing the droids. Oh. You thirsty? Oh. I don't know much about this character, but she's got some attitude. And I'm here for it. She actually feels like a good villain. She told you about the hands. You had a good warning, to be fair. So does Luke have to... How old was Luke when he gets picked up by Obi-Wan? We just saw Leia. Young Pressure. We just had her a few minutes ago. Be a shame if things started to get a little hot for you. Technically? No different than hitting a swamp rat. Must be 18, 20 something. Yeah, that's what I figured. So this is 10 years. So at this point, assuming that both Luke and Leia are 10. So it's about another 8 to 10 years before the events of A New Hope, I suppose. Are they gonna like Spartacus this whole thing? I am a Jedi. I am a Jedi. Spoiler alert, he doesn't die. Rebels is a few years away from happening. Got it. I missed it. How does she know his name? I just realized that I muted my microphone. She Who Leia. I don't know what I was talking about, to be honest with you. Bars. The toy ship isn't A New Hope. Okay, cool. Good to know. I figure like Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, the people that built basically the new Star Wars and like the modern Star Wars beyond just like the movies, would actually know these things and put in that effort. So it doesn't surprise me that it is actually in the movie. I'm trying to get my hair like that Kenobi look. It's kind of coming along. I didn't realize how close it was to Kenobi there, but it's kind of getting there. Not bad, not bad. Are we back to Leia and her ambassadorship? Hey, we got Jimmy Spitz back. Not a surprise. I wish we would have got more of like them as adults, Leia with her dad, because I feel like that's such a good, like, interesting dynamic, and like he clearly loves her and has a good back and forth. He's a teenager. He doesn't give two you know what's about his kid cousin. I like how the the subtitle said "Man 3" said "Hi, Princess." I didn't hear it. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe somebody else heard it, but maybe that just wasn't in my frequency. "3PO" or a 3PO C unit. What are they called? That's the Leia we know. Oh, she's gonna Jedi mind trick him. I mean, this cousin probably dies very early. So what? I feel like the cousin would die very early in the whole, like, once she starts taking over, once she becomes general, he's long gone. That cousin is lucky to be alive if by the time she gets captured by Vader. It was 3PO. Okay, cool. Was... So I remember 3PO was on the ship in A New Hope. So he must have been with the Organas and stuff like that. Or with Leia on that ship. So yeah, I guess... And I'm pretty sure 3PO said he was going to go with Leia in Revenge of the Sith. I don't recall. Isn't this Alderaan that blows up? If memory serves. The cousin 100% died when the planet gets exploded. She just starts doing like Jedi flips and all this other cool stuff. She's like that dang Anikan Skywalker. I don't know. Uh-oh. It's Flea! You guys couldn't catch a kid? To be honest, I have back problems, like sciatica and stuff, and I can barely run, so maybe I can catch a kid. I can barely catch my 3-year-old. You guys suck. Oh, he's one of them. Or he'll die. Nailed it. I feel like these guys aren't even trying. Find a chiropractor that does decompression. I appreciate that. I actually do need to look for a chiropractor. It is Flea. I was doubting myself. It's Flea, man. Flea's in like every franchise now. How he went from Red Hot Chili Peppers to being in every franchise. So that's what gets Obi-Wan away from Tatooine. True. Some would say, if not more important. What does that have to do with anything? Well, I guess that has something to do with it. Tisk, 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 Obi-Wan. Don't worry, it won't be the first time that you'll get kidnapped, so get used to this, kid. As they said in Back to the Future, get used to these bars, kid. So now, Leia's kidnapped. Obi-Wan just clearly doesn't care anymore, but still watching over Luke. What exactly is going to drive him to go off-world to look for Leia or do anything? Because we know there's got to be something. We're still only in the first episode. So where are we going here? What's the end game? I mean, we know what happens in A New Hope, right? So I'm just curious to where certain things are going. Oh, they found the Jedi? Is that what it is? Is that who it is? Yep. How are you holding his head up so steadily is questionable. Made it home, wine poured, Taco Bell is warm. Let's do this. Well, we're just about finishing up episode 1 here in a couple minutes. Then we're on to episode 2 because this is a double episode release, so we're streaming them both. One shot. And by the way, did you get the Mexican pizza? That is an important question. PB&J waffles. Oh, personal visit. You forgot. Shame, shame, shame. Dang, dropping bars. Is he gonna take the saber? He has to, right? I hate that they found him. Yeah, and super easy too. Like, you would have thought the Inquisitors would have been on him in like half a second. Well, she brought her super robot that can get her out of the situation. That is conveniently placed in a brand new series with a brand new robot that is very kid friendly. Coming to a Walt Disney World Galaxy's Edge near you. A Rutro. It's not me you should be afraid of. Oh. I hate that they found him. This is what they tried to make Luke in Last Jedi. We don't have an army, but we have a Kenobi. They announced that toy already. See? Marketing. I bet it pairs excellently with the Grogu plush. Someone's got to take a number 2. Or he's looking for water. Could be either way. I don't know. Did this just become Guardians of the Galaxy 2? What do you think her father's gonna say when finds out? Number 2. 100% number 2. Oh, he's got a... I'm sorry, but the way you can track that box to the exact location and find it in a giant desert planet? Okay. Play the music, because this emotion moment of finding this saber again. And having his father's... Well, not his father's, but... Kyber crystals, good point. Why does he look like Tom Hardy right there? Thought that was Tom Hardy for a second. And cut to black for episode 2. So was this prior to Mandalorian? Well, I mean, that's when it's Luke's older, right? So did they not have the inspection? What was it that they did to Mando? Or was it Mando or yeah, it was Mando. In Book of Boba Fett, there was the episode where he's going to get on the transport, but he has to put everything in the box, all of his weapons and stuff. I guess this is like pre the security checkpoint of Star Wars universe. I don't know. He should be smarter than to wear it on his hip, though. Mando is post Jedi. Yeah, so Mando's after. So what is the, for lack of a better phrase, the... I'm not even going to say that. The fall of the Empire? But the Empire is still a thing. I don't know, maybe I'm just speculating. It's all just credits from here. Alright, let's shut her down. We're going to close out of episode 1. We're going to stop the timer. I'm going to cut our timer here. Going to do episode 2. I'm going to pull it up, but I'm not going to play it yet because we have to do a little bit of talking. We have to give some grades, all that good stuff. So I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to put up a grade, what we think. Let's see. This is out of 10, obviously. I'm gonna put my grade in a minute. But for episode 1, let me know what you think of the grades. I'm just thinking of what I'm reflecting on how I want to grade this, because I'm between 2, as I typically am. I'm horrible at picking what to do, but man, there was some good stuff in here. Definitely very serviceable. Had a lot of good, like, sort of building moments. Had the reveal of Leia coming back and sort of having a story to bring him off world there. It was a little easy to find him in the cave. He seems very reluctant to help, but at the same time, Jedi are being hunted, and he's just doing his own mission thing. He's kind of just doing his own thing, being a recluse. We have to get him to being where he is in A New Hope, which isn't necessarily a full recluse, but I mean, it's pretty recluse. What should I give this episode, guys? I am feeling that this episode should be... Bale probably set him up, floated him credits or something. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, he's just like a senator, right? Not a big deal. Super rich. I think they were rich before they were senators too, or something like that. I don't know. There's also cutting meat off of a dead Virgo. I mean, you gotta do something for work, right? I expected him to kind of do something about the guy that said that he was only getting like half pay. I don't know, maybe something in me just thought that Obi-Wan would do something, like be like, oh, I don't really need it because I live in the mountains or whatever, because he doesn't really need a whole lot of means, right? So what's the point? He doesn't care about credits. He only uses it for the bare essentials or getting his circuitry back from the Jawas. He gave Luke a toy, but then that toy was broken by Owen. Not necessarily his fault. That's what they wanted you to think. Oh. You know what? I'm going to go with my gut. Going to go with my gut on the grade. All right, everybody put your grades in. Out of 10. I want to hear it. He wanted to, but that's not who he is. He isn't Obi-Wan. He's Ben. Ben doesn't interfere. True. Good point. Good point. You see all the points where he would do the right thing, but you see where he's would do the wrong thing. Strong 8. And you know what? You know what? Oh, we got an 8 and we got a 9. But I think for me personally, I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10 on the first episode. I thought it was really good. It was much better. Not that I thought that it was going to be bad, but there were some things that I felt were very much on the fence. But again, we have to go back and think, this is Obi-Wan between when we know Obi-Wan, right? But the time of his, for lack of a better phrase, transition, like you guys were saying in the chat, from Obi-Wan Kenobi to Ben Kenobi. And it's just a very different character, one that we don't really get to see ever. He's either young Kenobi or he's old Kenobi. Like Clone Wars times pre-Clone Wars and all that stuff, or when Luke is older. So there's a lot of gray area here that I guess hasn't really been fully explored for the character. So there's a lot to do, but the fact that they kind of moved some things to bring in Leia, which again was a surprise, but making her kind of the crux and using storylines that she's got kidnapped, very a la Guardians of the Galaxy with Peter Quill, and she's also being kidnapped. How often does this girl get kidnapped? I mean, that's basically what happens for A New Hope. She's kidnapped and put her in a cell, and then Luke and Han go and get her. Like, I know that's not the exact story, but same kind of story beats along the way, I guess, if that makes sense. So if you're gonna bring up like, and obviously I know this is gonna probably make a lot of people upset. If you're gonna bring in like the same argument that this is a very different, if you're gonna say this is a very different story from A New Hope with her getting kidnapped later in life and things like that, you kind of have to say that A New Hope and Force Awakens aren't as similar as one would think. In my mind, I know they're very similar, but the fact that this happens to her multiple times, I know she's a senator's daughter and people don't actually know the importance of her yet, or really kind of ever, to be honest with you. It's not till she's like very old that people, other than like her political status, find out some other pieces about her that are very important. But I feel like it was a good start, very good start. I think this is the first time in a long time that I haven't given a 7 to a first episode. I think the last time I gave anything higher was Peacemaker, which was about a 9. But the difference between Peacemaker being a 9 and this being an 8 for me is Peacemaker was fun and I didn't want it to end. There were a couple times during this particular first episode, which was close to an hour, that I was like, okay, where are we going? Like, not that I want it to be shorter, but I just sort of question, where are we going with this? What is going to be happening that going to get the ball rolling? And some of this very much was needed for build up and being able to establish the Inquisitors still going after Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi being reluctant to help, looking for Leia or even do anything to be involved, and so on from there. But it just kind of lacked a fun element. And I know that Star Wars isn't always going to be fun, but it had a little bit too much of that newness with like certain CG things. Didn't quite feel like the old Star Wars like they really tried to do in some aspects of the first couple episodes, like Boba Fett. Maybe I'm wrong and totally missed it, but the Leia thing really threw you off. Didn't see that coming. They rushed things into the hour. It makes sense when you get to episode 2. Okay, well, I think that's a perfect transition. Well, I wrote down our score here of an 8, so we'll be able to keep track and see how we get as things progress in the show. And then give it an overall grade based on things later. But with that comment from Nerd Affiliated, I think we should go ahead and take down this grade, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into episode number 2. So everybody buckle your seatbelts. Okay, buckle your seatbelts. So just a reminder, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to have the episode time code right up top. Try and stick as close to that as possible. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. All that good stuff. I agree, it wasn't old or new Star Wars. I feel it was balanced. Good point. Good point. I like the way that was phrased. Very, very good word choice there. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and press play. Oh, well, you switched accounts, so that means if somebody new enters the chat,
Hello there.
to Hey Archer. So, anytime anybody new enters the chat, by the way, so if you want to bring all your friends, say, hey, come check out this chat really quick, so that Aaron just does something really dumb and presses this button when you come in.
Hello there.
Then that will be the whole point. And again, I'm going to be doing that as long as I remember, which hopefully will be every single time. I'll do it every single episode just for kicks and giggles. So have all your friends say, come watch Aaron on Nerdgenic just so I can have him push the hello there button. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Episode number 2. I have it pulled up. Hopefully you have the same. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1, go. Got some, make my thing full screen here. The fight is done. It's over, Anakin. Sick burn, as always. Dude. Yeah, she's the princess of Alderaan. So that was Alderaan. So the cousin 100% dies on Alderaan. Did I skip the recap? No, I'm just letting it play. Just for time code's sake. So the episode starts at like 1:20 is when we're kind of... Oh, now we're doing the intro part of the Star Wars and the helmets, Lucasfilms, blaring lights, popo, all that stuff. I feel like that should be something that happens all the time. I played too much Star Wars Battlefront when they would always play that sound at the beginning of like every single match. Okay, now we're starting. Getting the title card. We're at 152. Star Wars Theory had a lot of issues with shows. I saw he was doing the live stream. I did not watch it, mainly for the sake of us doing this stream today. But I did see that he was streaming. I was like, oh boy. He had a lot of viewers on his stream. So I was like, kind of concerned. Don't know what I should expect from that. Sorry if it was said, but I feel like the Leia's burn on the cousin was her Force ability. That could be true. I feel like the bigger burn is that he explodes on Alderaan. I feel like that's going to be a story beat 100%. If they don't mention that at some point, I feel like that's a missed opportunity. And this is a place we haven't been before, I'm pretty sure, is Dayu. It's new to the show, which is nice to get a change of scenery. We actually get a city different than Sand, very noir, very Blade Runner. I'm curious to see how they integrate this. I'm all for it, by the way. Finally, a new planet. When was the last time we had a new planet? Last Jedi with the... Well, possibly Rise of Skywalker. Oh, we got a clone. Are we going to show Tamora Morrison? Oh, 100%. All right. That's got to be weird for him because he knew all the clones. Last Jedi on Canto Bight. I believe so, unless we're counting the planet. I don't remember where they found pieces of the Death Star in Rise of Skywalker. That Rey did like her little surfboard, wave rider, whatever. I know, right? It was really awesome to see that armor. Kind of wish it would have been like Cody or another one, but... Jakka was new. Love that messed up armor. Jakka was new, but no. It was just Tatooine 2.0. In all fairness. For a price. You can write this stuff. Oh, that's Ewan's daughter? Didn't know that. Cody needs a proper beating. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I wish it was Cody. I guess what I should rephrase to is I wish it was... Hey, come on down, Johnny. From Eternal to Star Wars. They're really going to make all those kids into something? What was I saying? Okay, so what I was saying was, if it wasn't Cody, if it was another clone that we knew possibly, that would have possibly recognized Kenobi. So is he just a con man or a legit? This is 100% a con man. Yeah, Cody's group belonged to Kenobi. This means we could see Rex. There's definitely a possibility. It's very poetic. Not at all. Not in the slightest. I swear if we see those mod kids or people at any point, I'm going to lose my mind. Different time, different era, I think, than Mando, so... I've always loved that people find each other so easy on these planets. Yeah. All you gotta do is just go to a bar. Everyone is at the bar. Even though no one... Everybody that you need to know is at the bar, apparently. I mean, it makes Cheers make a lot more sense, no? They're always at the same bar, always in the same place. Very reliable. Obviously, it's the guy who's not looking at the explosion. Come on, guys. Classic misdirection. And the fact that they're in a drug den, like for real, guys. Breaking Bad vibes. That's exactly what I thought. That guy has the same spikes as Maul. Kenobi at this point would have already killed Maul, so don't think we'd get to see him. Are they giving him a Daredevil hallway fight? Oh, the girl. She's over there. That was kind of a weird fight to interrogation method. It's not Leia. He's from the planet. Outsmarted by Flea. Maul isn't dead yet. I thought he was dead by this point. Come on, Star Wars Yondu. Except for when he does, because this is only episode 2. I meant to point out something about the opening scene with the Inquisitors. Very much Inglourious Bastards when the Duke goes to the family in the beginning. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't really notice that. He's still crime bossing it up. Rebels in a few years from starting. Maul dies much later. I remember seeing the Kenobi Maul fight in Clone Wars. I don't recall the exact timing of it, so you guys are more experts on that. So thank you for clarification. But I'm sorry, am I the only one who looks forward to Maul? More Maul? I feel like he was such a big piece of, maybe because of the time when we were watching this series. Is this where they really start bridging the relationship with only Ben Kenobi can help me? Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. Like, is this what kind of builds that relationship? More Maul would be great, but nah. Yeah, I know it's kind of a sore spot for a lot of people. I feel like it was just such a hype thing because the prequels came out when I was a kid, so that was my quote-unquote Star Wars in terms of, like, seeing it in theaters. And then, like, him being cut so short with dying in the movie, spoiler alert, going on from there. That's why I need to watch Clone Wars. I know, I really need to get back into it. They'll let her remember Ben. I'm guessing he mind wipes her. I mean, I guess that could be something, but at the same time, it feels like they have to establish a relationship. Because we have to get to that, you know, only Ben Kenobi can help me. So even at some point, they have to reintroduce each other and get to know each other again. Star Wars Theory hates it because Leia asked for Kenobi in A New Hope. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she knows she's asking for Kenobi based on their prior engagement here and knowing him earlier on. That's what my thought process is, but I could be wrong. Because why does she ask for Kenobi in A New Hope? She says that Obi-Wan Kenobi is the only one that can help her. But do we remember? But she says, you helped my father in the Clone Wars. Oh, okay. I was going to say that. I do remember her saying that as part of the speech, if I remember correctly. Based on her father's recommendation. Okay. All right. See, I'm bad with timelines on Star Wars. Ooh. Technically, I'm like the third sister. This dude's over here like the fifth brother. So technically, I'm higher number-wise. Rogue One, her dad sends her for Obi-Wan. He tells her about him and that her begging for help, not based on prior experience. Could be. Suspenseful music plays. Ruh-roh. I feel like that, when that like file finished fully uploading, would have been, or at least like this part here with them getting all these notifications, very John Wick and all that stuff, would have been a good point for this episode to end had they continued from the previous episode. But, or at least had this been a longer drawn out episode, if that makes sense. I don't know. He's like, great, now I gotta go incognito mode. Good mugshot. Good shot. I wish I had that as an audio. Instead, I'm gonna have to load up a soundboard with beyond just.
Hello there.
Very John Wick. Oh, is this one of the bounty hunters? Please use the lightsaber. Okay, Pennywise, relax. They have force detectors. I knew your father. He was absolutely insane, and thankfully you got your mother's tendencies and not so much your father's. This kid reminds me of the kid from Stranger Things. Why are you walking so slow? That was a force punch. Guy freaks me out. I don't know why. Our sister has betrayed us again. Kid looks familiar, you can't place it. He looks like the kid from Stranger Things to me. Meanwhile, Reva's doing her best Batman impression on this, the rooftops of... What was the name of this? Harsh Ben. Sorry, later we'll call you General. I like how she's just Leia, and then she's only after that, like, she becomes Princess Leia, and then she's just General, and like that's it. Okay, how do you turn this off? Apparently Obi-Wan is bad at technology, which I think he did kind of say in a previous movie. Uh-oh. Oh boy, here we go. Her green poncho is giving me Return of the Jedi vibes. I know, right? I thought that, like, she's gonna end up wearing this same exact outfit later on. I feel like this whole scene is just to show world building, which I guess works fine, but we've... Pull the saber, man. We need a saber moment. Inquisitors, Stormtroopers, we need a saber fight. Oh, Batman Reva's gonna be finding Leia there here in a minute. Use the Force. But, like, show us. Don't just boil some water. Shout her name, dude. Good idea. Oh, something. Force or a saber. Give us a force or a saber. Batman Reva's on the case. The city's eating itself alive. The city's eating itself. The planet's eating it. Oh my god. Oh, and she's free running. Because those look like the most flexible uniforms. I like how they take the child's safety in mind of having a ramp going from building to building. That's about 10 feet wide for a 2-foot gap. He's not Batman. He doesn't know. I love how bad he is now. Force parkour. Force parkour, I like that. I feel like with a lot of these things, the worst thing about them is we know where Kenobi, where Leia are going to end up. So I don't feel like all of this intensity, I don't feel it because I know they're going to be fine. I know they're going to make it to XYZ. Sure, these are the adventures between, but I'm never like, oh no, is she going to make it? I know she does. I don't know if that's dumb. Like, that's why I usually hate prequels and, like, revisiting characters that we know for years. Force it. That's the worst wire fall. You drained all of his Jedi juice. That sounded like a terrible thing to say, and I immediately regretted it. I mean, I know she does too, but at the moment I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, now's not the best time for that. Strange he hasn't done that in 10 years. Yep, true. I agree to a certain extent about detention, but that's where Clone Wars was awesome. True. I'm Batman. He's Captain Self-Sacrifice. He has to get it back, just like Superman too. Just hasn't done it in a while. I just can't sometimes. Oh no, Flea! I'm just gonna refer to him as Flea. Is that terrible? Reva's gonna be in trouble. Oh boy. What is this weird? Oh, Anthony dropped in a super chat. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate that. Very kind, very much appreciated. Not necessary, but very kind, and thank you. I just lost all my windows. Oh, there we go. After what I've been through, kind of. Have a drink on you. Thank you, I appreciate that. This is empty, but to you. A cheap drink, water, have water. I'll make it exciting. I'll get like jugs of water from Walmart. They'll get me like a solid 3-4 with tax. She was your real mother. She died giving birth to you. Your father went crazy. Ever hear of Darth Vader? You will. Surprised we haven't heard anything about Darth Vader. Not even a name drop or anything yet. Things just got very weird. She died from her feelings. So emo. People debate if he's talking about his girlfriend or her mom. I thought he was talking about the mom, but yeah, that's true. I think they did say that he was they were gonna have some sort of reference to Obi-Wan's girlfriend. I think it's funny how no matter what Star Wars, they always come up with new ships and how things work, but characters always know how those things work, despite never having worked with them before. Oh. It's got the lightsaber. Oh, there's the name drop. Satine, why would Way make him think of her? I mean, I get it, but I don't think Padme is. I think Padme is who. That's what I thought. Oh, it's happening! It's happening! Everyone prepare, it's happening. Cue the panic attack. That was pretty good looking panic attack. Oh! Okay, didn't see that coming. I'm gonna... You guys got this? Sorry if I hit the microphone. I'm just so excited. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Kind of am. I felt the panic. Am I a Jedi? I felt it too. We're younglings who were forced to forget? Okay, we don't need you yelling at the ship. There's nothing you can do. Like that panic attack though. Tension. That one I feel that. I felt that one. That one was good tension. That was a good when the name dropped, the Anikan Skywalker panic attack. That was solid. I'll give you that one. Force landing. Oh! And we get a look. I hate you. Panic continues. Oh. And of course they're gonna end it like that. Playing with my emotions. Playing with my emotions. Not cool. I'm gonna guess the usual nothing but credits. Yeah. Wow. All right, you guys know the drill. Leave your score. Let me get that out of my way. Leave your score out of 10 on Obi-Wan Kenobi episode number 2. Man. Now I'm gonna be biased. Like I feel like they're not that it's a bad episode, but I hate when like those final moments of like a cliffhanger stick with you so much that I'm like, okay, is this it can be make or break a grade for like how I felt for the past hour. I'm still having a great time. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely phenomenal. Oh, I forgot to turn the timer off. Turn that off and turn that off. Okay. So wow. Okay. I think I'm thrilled with this episode. I have to run. Mrs. has been patiently waiting to start Stranger Things. Yeah, I got to start that too. Great stream, amazing episode. Say 10 plus, night all. That is a very good grade. Thank you so much for joining, Anthony. I really appreciate you. Super chat you provided earlier, just hanging out, leaving a thumbs up is enough. But thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. Hopefully I can start catching up to Stranger Things sometime this weekend. But for me, Obi-Wan took a little bit more precedence because I get to enjoy that with you guys, which always going to be a good time. But man, where would I put this episode? Good times. Good times. Because like I feel like that bias is like it really pushes me into wanting to give it that next grade, like that next solid number. Saying a strong 8 and 9. That's where I'm on. I'm on that line. Will that combo based on how I felt at the time is a 9? I feel like the emotion was definitely a lot better in this episode than the last one. I felt like we got to see someplace new. Was it all perfect in my mind? Not necessarily. There were some flaws here and there, but it was a good time, and I had a blast. I don't necessarily feel like this one's head and shoulders above the last one, but I got to agree. It's a 9 out of 10. These were good episodes. I had fun. Like, I'm not the world foremost expert on Star Wars by any means, but from what I know of Star Wars and all that good stuff, it's a good time. Plus, you know, the knowledge of the prequels, we're ramping up Darth Vader, which is insane, to finally have the Hayden Christensen Darth Vader back. Curious to see how some of that plays out. I feel like this is actually the most excited for a show I've been in quite some time. At least it's live. That's ongoing. Like I'm always excited for Mando. I'm always excited for Moon Knight and all these other shows. But there's something about this one in particular, maybe because it's more calling to things that I know a little bit better. Whereas Moon Knight, yes, I know things about Moon Knight. I've done research. I've read comics on him. But like this kind of harkens back to nostalgia in terms of like Ewan McGregor, Ben Kenobi is someone that I've known from since like 99, which is crazy. I don't know if that makes sense. Never been so pumped for more Star Wars TV. Yeah, like I agree with that. Like this genuinely feels like something positive that, even though it's obviously a tough time for Kenobi, wasn't exactly his glory days by any means. This is something that calls back to those times, those, you know, more childhood things you can relate to and have a basis on. You know, She-Hulk, you're excited for it, but are you really, you're wanting to see how it goes, but are you actually like excited to be like, oh, I know everything about this character and I'm ready to go. This is finally the moment I get to see this on screen. Like almost going back to like the Avengers, right? So the Avengers was something you knew, these staple characters. So when they got on the big screen for the first time and then teamed up for the first time and like re-teamed up for like the bigger events, that was like jaw-dropping. Some of those other in-between ones like Ant-Man, were you really excited for Ant-Man? Like Hawkeye, you were excited for because of what happened in Avengers and all that stuff prior. This one just kind of calls back to the prequels and growing up and those being the Star Wars at the time, at least for me. Times that I grew up because I got to see them in theaters versus the originals, which you saw at home on VHS. So it's a little bit different, but the way that they're doing it, I don't have a problem with it. I'm sure that people like Hey Archer, Nerd Affiliated, Anthony were mentioning in the chat that Star Wars Theory had problems with it. I mean, yeah, you can poke holes in a lot of these stories all day long, but at the end of the day, I had a great time. Like, this was more fun than at least the majority of the Moon Knight streams, because I looked more forward to the streams than the show. But now I'm actually enjoying the show and I'm having fun on the streams, which makes things so much easier, so much more fun to hang out with you guys and just enjoy. And I think that's why I'm having so much fun with it. So I'm tempted to even put the last episode at a 9. I know I put it at an 8, but I'll leave it at an 8. I'll stick to my guns. But I was on the fence on that one too. Like, it genuinely was a good episode. I feel like this one had a couple more like bigger reveal moments and excitement, a little bit of that fun that I said was missing from the first episode with Kumail Nanjiani's character. But this one very much fit that bill, and I feel like it's a 9. It's got to be a 9. But let's talk about where we're going to go from here. I'm going to turn off the grade for now. where are we gonna go from here? Predictions. I mean, again, like I said, we obviously know where a lot of these characters end up. It's not going to be a surprise when, Leia pops up, when Luke pops up. Although I am surprised that we're giving more attention to Leia than to Luke for some reason, which I don't mind, to be honest with you. Like, Leia's always been like the in the background character, especially when you consider episode 4 through 6 is, and actually technically beyond that, is very much Luke focused. If you combine them, oh yeah, it's strong 9 across the board for both combined. What was I saying? Oh, I don't mind them focusing on Leia. I feel like that's a good thing. Would I have liked to see Leia more, I guess, grown up in a sense? Yes, but in timeline sakes, it doesn't make sense. But I like the way that this character very much feels like Leia, and she's a kid. So you get to see that these are the tendencies and mannerisms and the way that just character is from an early age, and I think that's pretty awesome. Glad we're kind of steering away from Luke, despite that being such a big thing in prequels, or not prequels, in trailers, and obviously the main canon of Star Wars. So moving away from Luke isn't necessarily a bad thing in my mind. But where we're going to go from here, obviously we're going to have build up Vader some more. To what extent, I don't really know, because at some point they're going to have their showdown. But they're obviously going to have a showdown before the showdown in A New Hope. To what degree that'll be, I don't know. But I know I'm crazy excited for it, and I can't wait. It'll probably be the last episode, episode 6, which is going to be like June, I would guess June, maybe July. When would the last episode be? Let's see if we can find out really quick. Bear with me. So based on our math, there's supposed to be 6 episodes, I believe, of this. Put it on the calendar. Hold on a second. Supposed to be 6 episodes. So based on the math, it's supposed to be June 24th. That'll be the finale. Which, by the way, make sure to subscribe, because in 2 weeks, next week we have Kenobi episode 3. And then on June 8th, we have Miss Marvel episode 1. And then on Wednesday, and then Kenobi episode 4 on Friday. So for 3 weeks, we're doing streams twice a week. For Miss Marvel's episode 1 to 3, which is also correlates to Kenobi episode 4 to 6. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But long story short, we have quite a long time. I hope they have some interaction, whether that be dialogue, even if they talk to each other through the Force or feel each other nearby. Very similar to A New Hope when they're on the ship, when they're on the same ship, things like that. If they can sense one another nearby, I think that would be very interesting, trying to like cat and mouse each other. Obviously, I think there's going to be a duel. I think based on some of the artwork for the show, there's going to be a duel, whether that's on like Mustafar or somewhere else, I don't know. But based on the artwork, I'm pretty sure it was something like that. But it'll be interesting. I can't wait to see Hayden Christensen. Are we going to see him full on Darth Vader? Obviously, we're going to see Vader's suit, but are we going to see him outside of the suit beyond just like the eyes and like a bacta tank? I hope so. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, he had his helmet taken off in Return of the Jedi when he died. He had it off very briefly in like a scene transition type of thing in Empire Strikes Back. So, and he wasn't in a bacta tank in either of those cases. So it's very possible we could be seeing him outside of a bacta tank, full on Hayden Christensen in the makeup. I hope we see it. I think we'll see it. As to how soon, other than like that reveal right there, I don't know, but I think it would be really exciting to see it regardless, and I can't wait for that. The redemption of Hayden Christensen is insane. After he was so pandered for the prequels, now basically being praised for finally returning. It took 20 years, but he's finally getting some credit that he rightfully deserves. I don't think Jake Long, I think is the name of the kid. I don't think he'll ever live that down. I know he went to jail for a while to play the first Anakin. But regardless, I think it's great that Hayden Christensen has gotten a revival that he's gotten. I'm super excited for next week. I can't wait for that. I hope you're excited. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification if you haven't already so you don't miss out on that live stream, but also so you don't miss out on any future videos that we have upcoming. We do have History of Tomorrow. We have a video ready for Monday. Whole bunch of new videos coming out soon talking about Thor: Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, you name it, I'm talking about it. We're talking about it. We're the Nerdgenic Nation. I want you guys to join us, and we greatly appreciate that. But if you want some more video content right now, check out the History of playlist right here on the screen, or check out this other awesome video, which just recently came out right over here. I believe the last video was Thor: Love and Thunder, gore being revealed. So make sure to check out that video. I have quite a bit of thoughts on that, so make sure to check out that video. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this longer stream. Next week, I believe it's only one episode, so it shouldn't be as long, but I still appreciate it, still enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me again, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. Sorry, making sure I didn't miss any comments or anything. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We really do appreciate it. We hope to see you in the next video. Peace.